Doodle debut. He's a Group 1 winner here. They're away in racing, and Bright Spot 4 out from the rails began pretty well. Century's Fox was one of the first to show out. Dapper is prominent down on the inside with Japaloop. Dapper jumping high at it. Academy dropping back in the field in the early part. Dark Energy from the outside barrier is easing back when they come to the second hurdle in the race. Montana Magic moved up on the outside of Dapper, and they share the front running. Flash is about a length and a half away, moving up to third on the outside. In fact, he's going up to challenge these leading horses. Century's Fox tucked away fourth on the inside of Fjord at it, and Dark Energy, after easing back early, is now going forward on the outside. Settling third last is Bright Spot, followed by Japaloop and Academy Bow about 3 lengths behind them when they head out of the straight. And the first 3 of the 11 hurdles in their journey have been jumped. To the Riverside, Flash goes to the lead, more than 2 lengths up on Dapper. Montana Magic a length and a half away, third now. Fourth on the inside is Fjord, won the outside to Dark Energy. Then a length and a half, Century's Fox. Bright Spot is behind it over on the outside there of Japaloop and Academy Bow. First on the Riverside, Flash leapt over it in front, and he's got away about 6 lengths clear. Montana Magic outside Dapper, sharing the minor issue at the moment, a length away fourth on the inside to Fjord. 2 lengths to Dark Energy, 3 lengths to Century's Fox. Bright Spot is 2.5 behind it when they come to the next on the Riverside now. Bright Spot tucking into that a little. They're followed then by Academy Bow, who's now gone past Japaloop, who's ridden along at the back of the field with 1,500 metres to go. Flash comes towards the next hurdle, and he leapt over at about 2 lengths clear. Moving up second, Montana Magic. Dapper over on the outside of Fjord, who saved ground getting through on the inside again. Dark Energy switching around Dapper now to go up into fourth placing. 3 lengths to Century's Fox, 4 lengths to Bright Spot as they come to the next hurdle. And he's followed by Academy Bow, and Japaloop is dropping further behind them. Here's the hurdle inside the 1,200 metres now, and all over that one successfully. And the leader is Flash, being pressed again now by Montana Magic. Flash about ahead in front of Montana Magic. Fjord 2 lengths away is close enough if good enough. Half a length to Dark Energy. 4 lengths further back is Century's Fox, followed then by dropping out as Dapper. Bright Spot over on the inside. Academy Bow starting a run. Bright Spot will really have to get a wriggle on, and Japaloop is losing sight of the lure when they came to the turn with 700 to go. There's 2 to jump now. Flash on the inside and Montana Magic are being joined by Dark Energy. Century's Fox whipping around the outside. Then Bright Spot, who's got up just behind them in company with Fjord. He's within about 3 lengths of the leader, Bright Spot, but he's got a wall of horses in front of him, and Academy Bow switches to the outside. Dark Energy led round the home turn. Century's Fox coming after it, and Academy Bow running on from last down the outside, clear of Fjord, and then came Bright Spot. Century's Fox took the lead at the second last, drew a neck in front of Academy Bow, and then Dark Energy on the inside, clear of Bright Spot. Century's Fox at the last near the 200. Oh, he hasn't jumped it well. Academy Bow's coming after him, followed by Dark Energy. Bright Spot is finishing quickly along the rail. There's only 100 to go. Academy Bow took the lead from Century's Fox and Bright Spot. Academy Bow, Century's Fox kicking. He's kicking Century's Fox. He's kicked back and won. Century's Fox wanted to head Academy Bow, who looked to have him beaten to the world. Then Bright Spot third. Back behind them, Dark Energy. They're followed by Fjord, who made an awful mess of the last it was. Then came Montana Magic and Flash, and the rest coming in at long intervals. Dapper, and back behind him is Japaloop.
Number 4, Century's Fox, 420.
It's a photo, but Century's Fox has fought back to win this after being clearly headed by Academy Bow. Time is 3 minutes 9.5, 3:09.5 as we await the judge to semaphore the numbers. It looked to me like Century's Fox had fought back on the inside to edge out Academy Bow. He's done that. In the frame it goes. 4 Century's Fox, Paul Worthington first. 5 Academy Bow, Brian Constable second, and third will go to 6 Bright Spot, ridden by Ricky Maughan. There it is, 4, 5 and 6 official, and the time 3:09.5. Amber a little slow. Flame of Atlanta began fast with Raven Beauty, Honquok Spirit as they come to the grandstand side, and out on that side there the leader is Honquok Spirit. Over on the flat, and Peaceful Sky was one of the first to appear and led by more than 2 lengths, settling down from Featurette and Weather Alert just inside it. They were clear of Ogo Pogo. Back behind those horses then is Miss Ferrari over on the outside of a good way back in the field, Steal the Show on the rail, and back last of all there is Northwood Lady on the grandstand side, and here Count the Kisses is under pressure. Out there with it is Flamber in company with Honquok Spirit, and with those two closest to the middle of the course is Flame of Atlanta. On the other side now, and Featurette is running on very strongly down to the 300 metre mark, and Featurette looks to have the flat side covered on the grandstand, and Count the Kisses races to the lead clearly on the grandstand, and Featurette on the flat. They're going to fight it out wide apart, Featurette and Count the Kisses. Featurette on the inside, Count the Kisses on the outside, Featurette in front. Featurette has won it from Count the Kisses, maybe about a half a length to a neck, I suppose. Getting up for third was Northwood Lady on the flat side, and they were clear then of the one who showed pace before weakening, Peaceful Sky, and then Danzig Star next over on the other side of the course, and they were followed in at the head of the others by Steal the Show, Miss Ferrari, Ogo Pogo. A good way back in the field was Flame of Atlanta and Lady Melbury. Flamber towards the end is Weather Alert and Honquok Spirit, and also one more, Raven Beauty.
10 Featurette, $26.67.
Number 10 has got it. Featurette, ridden by Brett Preble. That one very comfortably over on the flat side of the course. Second, 6, Count the Kisses. And 10, 6, and the third number has gone to number 13 now, Northwood Lady. So official on race 2, 10, 6, and 13. 10, 6, and 13, and the time 1 minute 4.4. The official fourth was number 4, Peaceful Sky, and fifth was number 7, Danzig Star.
Heart of Egypt is now starting to get into the clear and run home strongly. Then Melody Ann followed by Book the Dance, Luskin Crown, and then Passion Fleur 250 out, and Heart of Egypt quickly goes up to hit the lead from Nakuma. They beat off Great Encounter, and then Passion Fleur, but Heart of Egypt drew a neck in front. Nakuma refuses to give in on the inside. Heart of Egypt a neck in front. Nakuma going with her on the inside, but Heart of Egypt just a shade too good. Heart of Egypt won by a half length to Nakuma. 10 lengths away, third Passion Fleur, followed in behind them by Luskin Crown with Melody Ann. A break to Great Encounter, followed by Gantz Rose, Hurricane Bay, Criolla. Next was Zero Back, followed in by Book the Dance, and Bonamy's Beauty was back at the tail. 6, 9, 10.
Planes on the inside. Paper Talk the outside gate. Just about ready. 1,000 metres the journey. Mukhtar, still up okay, Chief Trick right, racing, and a little slow to begin there. Lamukta missed it about 2 lengths, and drifting out to the tail was Pray Honey Go, and there's one down shortly after the start, putting on a real Rodeo exhibition. That was Gallopini, and settling into stride here, going through on the inside. Mr. Bombastic, one of the leaders, going up fast on the outside as Cockatiel. They were followed by Black Elk and the firing line up towards the lead. Further back on the field there, starting to improve through the running up towards the field. There was Noah's Fortune in the strike now, and it's Mr. Bombastic just the leader. Noah's Fortune followed by Cockatiel. Going for the inside, then came Lamukta, followed further back on the field then by well back in the running. There came Hector's Price in the strike now. Mr. Bombastic just the leader from Noah's Fortune, getting right up on the inside now is La Mukta with a great run. La Mukta got up on the inside. On the outside, Iron Shoe is trying very hard, but La Mukta clear of Iron Shoe near the post, and La Mukta is going to be too good, and La Mukta about 3 lengths to Iron Shoe. Third placing, probably Happy Ever After, just in front of Final Close, a good run. They were followed further back then by Cockatiel. In behind them then came Hector's Price, followed further back by Paper Talk. Then further back was Pray Honey Go, followed further back by Noah's Fortune. And then came Cheap Trick, followed further back by Marilla Plains. Out towards the tail of the field with
racing, and Buster Jones won the start, headed immediately by Uncovered, and away fast as Nailem, who races to the lead now. Bye Bye Buster's on the improve as well, but Nailem led, settling down to the 1400, out 2 lengths to Bye Bye Buster, a similar margin to Uncovered, third outside Buster Jones. Triumph the outside, one further back in the field then is Obscenic, and he's being followed a length back by Cadabra, and then Pharaoh's Ruler, who's second last, racing on the outside of Noble John. They're inside the 1200 metres now, and the leader is Nailem by a length at 1.5 to Bye Bye Buster, 2 lengths to Uncovered. Fourth placing on the rails then at the head of the other horses, Buster Jones, and on the outside is Triumph. 1.5 Obscenic, behind it Cadabra, followed by Pharaoh's Ruler and Noble John. Heading to the 800, and Nalem left alone in front, a little over a length clear to Bye Bye Buster. Triumph moving up on the outside wide, followed by Uncovered, a length and a half away on the rails. Then came Buster Jones. One behind it is Obscenic, and then Cadabra, Pharaoh's Ruler and Noble John, about 8 or 9 lengths from the leader. At the 6 coming around the bend, Nalem on the fence, Triumph out very wide, and Bye Bye Buster between them turning into the straight. Buster Jones can get a run away from the inside. Got a little bump there with Uncovered, but he's into the clear with the baldy face if good enough, and swinging to the extreme outside is Obscenic. Nalem the leader, Buster Jones coming after it in the middle now. He looks to come after the leader pretty strongly, and then came Triumph, followed by Obscenic on the outside, who's still running on under the whip, but the leader is Nalem. Buster Jones, he's got desperate with 100 to go. Buster Jones now gets the ascendancy, takes the lead and starts to draw clear Buster, and Buster Jones by 2 lengths to Nalem. Obscenic got up and ran third. Little Green in the straight, rider with the whip in the left hand. Then fourth placing went to Noble John, and they were followed by Triumph, who was wide for most of the way. Behind them Cadabra and Pharaoh's Ruler, and then came Uncovered, who never came into it, and Bye Bye Buster was last of all.
Number 2, the winner, Buster Jones.
Buster Jones, the winner, ridden by Stephen King. It was pretty dominant at the finish in the time of 1:39.6. Numbers into the frame now, 2, 3 and 5 official, 2, 3 and 5. Buster Jones, Stephen King, Nalem, Sammy Highland, and Obscenic, ridden by Greg Childs, official.
The Trotters are off and running now. They go to the post and get 3 laps to go. And Politaire trotted away okay, breaking badly at the start, Bear Attack, and away beautifully also on the outside, Red Buttons, and it goes to the front with 3 laps to run. Being attacked now by Zilla Lamec, who got away well off the 10 metres. Behind them, Politaire and the former Kiwi Geo, the mare trotting pretty well in the early stages, up to 4th. They're followed behind them in the race thin as they travel into the back by Trapper's Girl. Over on the inside of it was its stablemate, which is Leprechaun Gent, and 4 metres away to Happy Cathy. La Fool making ground. Bear Attack still galloping, whether it's trotted much at all yet, but it won't settle, and it's proving a handful for the driver. 5 metres away, Tom Solder, 6 metres Ricochet Run, and at the tail of the field as they travel down the back is Lockley Supreme. 2.5 laps left to go, and it's Red Buttons in front. Zilla Lamec able to get in behind the leader, and Geo's going to sit up on the outside without cover. 4 metres away, Trapper's Girl into the 1-1, and then Politaire 3 back on the fence. 3 back in the running line next, Happy Cathy. She's made good ground off her handicap. The inside, Leprechaun Gent, then La Fool. 10 metres away, Tom Solder. 10 metres to Ricochet Run. Lockley Supreme last, and Bear Attack. He thinks he's somewhere else at the moment. He's galloping hopelessly, and he's back to the tail of the field. At the post, 2 laps to go, and it's Red Buttons in front by 2 metres to Geo. Third, Zilla Lamec. 4th and 1 out, and 1 back is Trapper's Girl. Then Politaire 3 back on the fence, and Happy Cathy is 3 back the running line. They're followed next by Leprechaun Gent, 4 back on the rails. Further back to La Fool, then 6 metres Tom Solder, being covered up now by Ricochet Run, Lockley Supreme, and the occasion's got the better of Bear Attack. Lead time in 1:22.7 as they go down the back at the lap and a half mark now, and Red Buttons hasn't put a foot wrong out in front. Leads by 2 metres to the former Kiwi Geo. Third on the inside, and enjoying a pretty good trip is Zilla Lamec, and 1 by 1 on the outside was Trapper's Girl. 3 back along the rails, Politaire, and 3 back the running line, Happy Cathy. The inside, Leprechaun Gent of La Fool. The 5th pair, Ricochet Run around Tom Solder, who's a long way back. Then Lockley Supreme, and the Bear Attack is trotting now, but it's a long way behind them. 33 seconds, the first quarter of the last mile, and the bell about to sound as they greet the crowd with a round to go. It's Red Buttons narrowly from GOG. She's going well, this former Kiwi mare in the death. She's pulling Stephen Duffy's arms out at the moment. Third, Zilla Lamech, and fourth and 1-1 Trapper's Girl. Then Politaire on the inside from Happy Cathy, close enough if good enough. The inside Leprechaun Gent, then La Fool, Ricochet Run. Tom Solder, you don't want tickets on him at the moment. Then Lockley Supreme into the back. 32.5 the second quarter. And the front runner is still Red Buttons by a neck to Geo, who's going beautifully. Third on the outside, Trapper's Girl, then Zilla Lamech under the whip. Happy Cathy pulling 3 wide. Leprechaun Gent one off as they jam up. La Fool into that 3 wide line, then Politaire and Ricochet Run. Red Buttons a narrow leader. Third quarter in 31.5. Geo the outside, she's pulled pretty hard. She's about to be called upon. Happy Cathy 3 wide. La Fool sprinting well 4 wide and waiting for a way clear. Trapper's Girl, they corner. Red Buttons running a good race. Geo's trying to knuckle down. La Fool's joining in on the outside. Red Buttons still in front. Geo and La Fool joining it. Red Buttons just in front. Geo getting a wriggle on, but Red Buttons or La Fool's dived and might have got it. La Fool the outside may have nosed out Red Buttons. A half head away third, Geo in a good finish. Then Ricochet Run from Trapper's Girl.
Okay, it's photo, isn't it? Very close. Bendigo almost set. Let's take it to Adam now for the next to Bendigo. And Kembler won.
Truly Believe bounced away nicely on the outside. Crystal Chip won the break though and led from Better Be Ready. Truly Believe is up to third. Settling on the fence there is Mia Millie, followed by We're Away, Savannah Show, New Angel second last. And Lucky For Me is 2 away last of all. Crystal Chip led off the back by just on a length to Better Be Ready. Mia Millie third on the inside of Truly Believe. 2.5 to We're Away outside of Savannah Show. New Angel goes 3 deep and 2 lengths away last of all is Lucky For Me. Before the turn, 700 out, and the leader is Crystal Chip. Travels well, led by a length to Better Be Ready. A length away third, Mia Millie. Truly Believe has had the box seat run fourth so far. 2 lengths away then to the outside, Savannah Show with New Angel, and they beat off Lucky For Me and We're Away, who's hanging badly. Into the straight, 400 out, and Crystal Chip a length in front of Better Be Ready. Truly Believe winding up down the outside with New Angel just behind them, Mia Millie. Crystal Chip is tackled by Better Be Ready, and Truly Believe coming with big strides down the outside. Better Be Ready hits the lead from Crystal Chip. Truly Believe coming in after Better Be Ready. Better Be Ready just in front. Truly Believe levels up on the outside. Better Be Ready and Truly Believe. The 2 greys go to the line. Truly Believe. I think Truly Believe's just nailed Better Be Ready right on the post. New Angel third out deep, followed by Mia Millie, Crystal Chip, Savannah Show. A long break then to Lucky For Me, and last in was We're Away.
And Miners Mate at the tail. Inside the 1,000 metre mark now, and Rose C went to the front by a length and a half to Silent Spirit, and about 2 or 3 lengths back third. Over on the outside there came Joey the Goose. They were followed further back in the running then by further back was New Lover. Over on the inside came Bonza Blue, followed by Western Sound. 2 to Up and Over, followed by New Sunset around the outside. Zebras on the rails about third last was Stout down the side. From King's One and Hard Ridden 2 or 3 last of all is Miners Mate. They come up towards the turn, about 500 to go. And Rose C is the leader now from Silent Spirit over on the outside. They were followed by Bonza Blue back to the inside. They were followed further back in the field then by Stout, and then came King of the Bay. And Western Sound is down the outside, but Bonza Blue raced to the front from Rose C. Getting up on the inside there came Stout, and they were followed further back by King of the Bay. And wider out is Silent Spirit, boxing on pretty well, but Bonza Blue is the leader. Stout is trying to rally over on the inside, followed by Silent Spirit. Bonza Blue the leader, Stout racing through on the inside. Bonza Blue clinging on though, and Bonza Blue about a half length to Stout. 2 lengths away to Silent Spirit third, followed further back by Zebazan, and then came Western Sound, followed by King of the Bay, Rose C, and then came Noble Sunset, Joey the Goose, King's Wine, followed by Frisky Miss Up and Over. They were followed by New Lover and Miners Mate last over the line.
Light flashing 2,000 metres, ready for the fourth. A couple of attendants getting in. There's one with Flirty Bird. Away they go now. And the starter sent them away to a pretty good even line. Risky and Megastar are the first two to break it ahead of Flirty Bird. Jewel of the Pride jump well settling in the first 4 or 5. Heartsparks going up on the outside, and so too is Lindleywood Lass and then Firm Flight. And back behind them, White Monday, My Life and Rhabarber well away from the speed is back second last outside Calabash Bay. At the 1600 and Risky the leader, a length in front of Heartsparks. Lindleywood Lass moving up on the outside. Megastar is in fourth placing outside Flirty Bird, and they're followed by Firm Flight, who's caught wide. Then White Monday, Jewel of the Pride over on the rails. Back behind her, 2 lengths away is My Life, and then Calabash Bay. And on the outside, Rhabarber. About 1300 to go, and Risky is piloting the field by 2 lengths. Heartsparks is second. Lindleywood Lass is a half a length away third. Firm Flight is having no luck, and the jockeys elected to boot up on the outside and get a little closer to the rails in second placing. They're followed 2 lengths away in the field by Megastar in the middle. Moving up on the outside is White Monday and Flirty Bird on the rail. They've quickened the tempo now. 2 lengths to Jewel of the Pride, a break of 3 lengths to My Life, and then 2 lengths to Rhabarber and Calabash Bay. Heading down the side, and Risky only a half length in front. Firm Flight had gone up to second at the 800. 2 lengths to Heartsparks, and Nick Lindleywood Lass fourth the outside. 2 Megastar, Flirty Bird over on the fence in 6th position, coming to the turn from White Monday, niggled at. Jewel of the Pride is following Flirty Bird, although he gets off the fence now to start a run. Coming to the outside on Jewel of the Pride. My Life third last, followed by Rhabarber, Calabash Bay. Firm Flight took the lead from Risky around the home turn, and they've kicked right away. They're about 4 or 5 lengths in front. Jewel of the Pride is giving chase down the outside. Flirty Bird is into the clear, but Firm Flight, despite racing wide and doing it hard, is about 3 lengths in front at the 300. Jewel of the Pride and My Life are now giving chase, and then Risky and Flirty Bird. Firm Flight with 150 to go is getting tired. Jewel of the Pride a length and a half away, trying to come at her. Firm Flight, Jewel of the Pride coming home the better. Jewel of the Pride is getting to the lead, and Jewel of the Pride wins it by 3/4. Photo the Miners either My Life the outside or Firm Flight, which has been a good run. About 5 lengths away was Risky and then Flirty Bird. They were followed by Calabash Bay, and back behind her Rhabarber, White Monday, Megastar, Lindleywood Lass, and towards the end there Heartsparks.
Number 5, Jewel of the Pride, the winner.
Jewel of the Pride, ridden by Greg Childs, has come home too well to win. And a photo for the minor end of the prize. It's a 5 and a photo in race number 4. Now second goes to 7, Firm Flight, ridden by Adrian Ledger, and third 11, My Life, ridden by Aaron Spiteri. So numbers of 5, 7 and
Mare, and last is Hessian inside the 600, and the leader Handsome Prince by a neck on Toreador. A length and a half to Tyaga, third inside of Abraham, 2 or 3 to Mr. Smith, then Stoic Jester, Lord Kenmare out very deep, followed by Pick Up the Toys and Hessian into the straight. Handsome Prince under pressure, quickly joined by Toreador and Abraham coming at the pair quickly. Then Tyaga trying to get between runners, followed by Mr. Smith down the outside, reaching the lead. Toreador now getting the run. Tyaga near the inside. Abraham out deeper. It's Toreador just in front. On the inside, Tyaga from Abraham. Still Toreador in front. Oh, she's pulling out plenty, Toreador, and Toreador gets home by a length. Toreador first. Photo for the Miners, Tyaga or Abraham. Then Mr. Smith, followed by Pick Up the Toys and Hessian. Next in was Stoic Jester, Lord Kenmare, and the early leader, Handsome Prince, has weakened to finish last.
Signal from behind. About to run, racing, and Irish Peak dropped to the tail of the field with Games Gallery. Settling to stride here, and the leader was Falloose, being joined by Flamboyant Lad. Going through on the inside, and Flamboyant Lad went through to lead by a length and a half. Falloose, followed by Nightly Sword, who's third. They were followed by Grey Demon on the outside of Paranoid, and then Regal Tear. Further back, Belledale Blues over on the inside there. Came our Harvest Time from Il Moget, Panorama Flyer. Next in the field, Icy Comfort, followed by Games Gallery about third last. 2 lengths go, the flow and about 3 or 4 lengths away would be Irish Peak at the tail of the field. Along the back they go, going to the 1,000-metre mark now. And Flamboyant Lad, the leader, got out 4 lengths clear of Falloose and Grey Demon on the outside. Then Nightly Sword, they were followed by Regal Tear on the outside of Belledale Blues, followed by Il Moget around the outside of Paranoid. Then Icy Comfort, followed further back by Our Harvest Time. Games Gallery about 3 to Panorama Flyer. Well back in the running, second last is Go with the Flow and Irish Peak at the tail. Down the side, inside inside the 800, and Faloose went around the outside to take the lead now from Flamboyant Lad. Grey Demon's heading. Here comes Games Gallery right around the outside, travelling wide, and with about 500 to go on the turn, Faloose just the leader now. Games Gallery's coming with a big sweep around the outside, then Grey Demon, followed by Belldale Blues, and back to the inside there came Paranoid. It's still Faloose the leader though, with about 300 metres to go from Games Gallery on the outside. Paranoid the rails, getting through to the inside there came Belldale Blues with a good run, and down the outside here comes Our Harvest Time is starting to gather them in, and Panorama Flyer down the extreme outside, but Our Harvest Time moved up, go with the flow coming late, but Our Harvest Time wanted a length to the good to go with the flow. Irish Heart from nowhere third from Panorama Flyer. Belldale Blues, El Mojo, Games Gallery, followed by Nightly Sword and Paranoid. Then Faloose from Icy Comfort, Grey Demon well back, followed by Regal Terran, last in Flamboyant Lad.
The Blivic handicap about to go. Lambada Boy drawn on the inside, an attendant getting in with one in a middle gate. They're set now, and away. Suburbia a bit slow from the outside. Dusty Poet, one of the first out. Storm Rebel and Greenwich away quickly. Like a Roo showing plenty of pace too. Romanizer over on the outside, and Royalty Galore settling in the first 6 or so. Blue Sky King's got well back, and Free Movers one of the last. And Storm Rebel led by a half. Suburbia rushing up on the outside. A length and a half to Romanizer. 2 lengths to Like a Roo. 3/4 to Greenwich, and then Royalty Galore outside Dusty Poet. 1.5 further back in the field then came Shimeo getting through along the inside. Mecca Dance caught wide in that bunch in company with Golden Scroll and Mr. Performer. Wonder Blue Sky King and Lambada Boy towards the end, and Free Movers last of all, and there'd be about 12 lengths first to last. Storm Rebel by about 2 lengths Suburbia, who's come across to sit 1 off the rail second. 2 lengths Romanizer, Like a Roo, and then 1 Greenwich Dusty Poet. Royalty Galore within striking distance coming around the home turn. Mecca Dance coming into it wide out with Golden Scroll. Shimeo just behind them, and Lambada Boy getting up on the inside, and Free Mover still one of the last down near the rail. In the straight at the 400 metres now, and Storm Rebel a half. Suburbia shaken up. Romanizer, Greenwich out wider. Like a Roo just behind them, and Dusty Poet needing a run. And down the outside, Royalty Galore. Many chances here with about 250 to go. Dusty Poet can't get a run, and Greenwich has raced up now to Storm Rebel and Suburbia. Like a Roo fighting on. It's Storm Rebel and Suburbia from Greenwich. Storm Rebel, Suburbia. Suburbia goes home the best. Suburbia just beat Storm Rebel in a photo. Greenwich, I think, will grab third on the outside from Lambada Boy. Like a Roo, Dusty Poet. Very busy finish. Just behind them was Shimeo, and they're followed by Free Mover. Then came Royalty Galore, who didn't go on, from Golden Scroll, Blue Sky King, Romanizer towards the end of Mr. Performer, and Mecca Dance, who raced wide, dropped out a bad last. It's a photo in the 5th.
Number 8, Suburbia, $7.30, $2.47, Storm Rebel.
It's a photo.
60, and for third, maybe 10, Greenwich.
Suburbia finishing the better on the outside, and Storm Rebel. Number 8's got it. Number 8's got the photo. Suburbia, ridden by Darren Gauci. Second goes to 7, Storm Rebel, ridden by Darren Yates. They've come from gates 16 and 15. The outside 2 gates, first and second. Suburbia, D. Gauci, beating Storm Rebel, D. Yates. Third has gone to number 10, Greenwich, ridden by Brian Werner. So 8, 7 and 10. 8, 7 and 10 in the 5th of the day.
Racing now. Road to More on the inside, bounced away well with Brightly Chosen. Out wide is Numeral going forward from Idle Pirate and Double Jig, 2 lengths to Dancer Door. Then Mystic Eastern dropping out to the tail is Drew Seller. After going 200 metres, taking over is Numeral. And the grey led by a length and a half to Brightly Chosen. Third, the rail is Road to More. A length away to Idle Pirate, followed by Double Jig, a length to Dancer Door. Second last is Mystic Eastern. Last of all is Drew Seller. Off the back, 800 from home. And the leader is Numeral by a length to Brightly Chosen. Road to More is third inside of Idle Pirate. 2 lengths further back then to Double Jig, followed by Mystic East. Drew Seller, Dancer Door now drops out to last as they race up before the turn, where the leader is Numeral by just on a length to Brightly Chosen. Idle Pirate eases out 3 deep now. Road to More just behind the leaders. Next is Mystic East, followed then by Double Jig as they straighten up. Numeral skipped away, got more than a length in front. Idle Pirate is giving chase from Brightly Chosen. Road to More not doing much, but the grey skipped away. Numeral, 200 to go, led by 2 lengths to Idle Pirate, who's trying to close the gap, and Double Jig starting to sprout wings down the middle. Numeral in front, Idle Pirate and Double Jig out wide running on, but Numeral Numeral's finding plenty. Numeral will get in the grey. Numeral wins by 3/4 to Double Jig. Third, Idle Pirate, followed by Brightly Chosen, Dancer Door. A break to Road to Lemoore, who didn't give a great deal today, followed by Drew Stella, and last was Mystic East.
Up with Ron Hawkswell. This is race 7 from Terang.
So coming up, Hobson's Bay in gate 1. Steady. Racing. And Scenic Joy a little bit slow to begin with. Cheeky Devil and Hobson's Bay. Going out fast there was Our Ranch near the outside. Hard Bounty showing speed, followed by Rebecca Ann and All War. Just in behind them then came Inform, followed by the Gun up on the inside. Wider on the track there is Lady Elmerad, followed by Cold November Rain. Going through to the inside, Hobson's Bay, followed by Scenic Joy, All War. Then Cold below Cheeky Devil, and 3 lengths last then came Lady Ampere. Inside the 1200, Hard Bounty the leader. Going up and around the outside there. In a handy position early is Our Ranch, going through on the set of Lady Elmerad. 3 in line. They lead 2 lengths to All War, followed by Cold November Rain. The Garn next going for the inside, followed further back then by Rebecca Ann. Hobson's Bay improving, followed further back then by Cold below. Informed in the setter. About a length or so to Scenic Joy. They were followed further back in the field there by Cold Devil. And about 3 lengths last was Miss Ampere as they raced down the side. And the leader here going fast, Lady Elmerad, led a length to Hard Bounty. They were followed further back in the field then by Prominent coming around the outside with a good run there. Kane Cole below with about 500 metres to go after the turn. And it's Lady Elmerad just in front, Hard Bounty the inside. Our Ranch is over in the centre, followed wider on the track then by All War. Back in behind them there came November Rain, followed by Cole below. Lady Elmerad down the centre, swept to the front now from Hobson's Bay, getting through to the inside. Then followed by Our Ranch and coming down the outside with a pretty good runners. All War starting to steam down the centre. All War dashing down the outside, went past Hobson's Bay now. All War on the outside from Hobson's Bay near the post, and it's All War starting to race clear. All War leads by a half and wins it by a half. Hobson's Bay about 4 lengths away to Miss Ampere, third from Our Ranch, and back near the inside then came Space Racer. They were followed further back in the field by Lady Elmerad, and then Scenic Joy. Followed further back then by the Garn Inform, never in it, followed by Cold November Rain. Cold below on the outside.
And racing, Classic Day from the middle of the line began reasonably. A queue seemed to get slightly tightened, and they are going to split again. And the 3 coming down the grandstand side of Manhattan Von, out there in company with Desert Light, who has the rail, and Winter Wonderland is settling at the rear out of those 3, with Manhattan Von running to a clear advantage. Over on the flat side now, and beginning quickly was Modern General. Modern General, the leader, down towards the 850 metre mark. Field Legend has the rail. Threadneedle just behind them. Classic Day is just off the pace, and Mr. Machiavelli on the outside of it, and they're followed then by Q's, who's one of the last of those horses down on the flat rail, and Desert Mistral is last against the rails. Coming down the grandstand side, Manhattan Von is the clear leader, and the lights indicating he might lead overall in the race. It's Manhattan Von from Desert Light and Winter Wonderland still in front at the 400. Manhattan Von, but they're closing on the other side. Mr. Machiavelli's after the leading horses. He's raced up Mr. Machiavelli. Classic Day is running out under pressure, hampered to Q's, and getting up on the inside is Desert Mistral with a run now. It's finishing hard. Desert Mistral, Manhattan Von on the grandstand, and Desert Mistral and Winter Wonderland in the finish from Mr. Machiavelli, but Manhattan Von still in front. Manhattan Von sees it out. Photo the Miners, either Winter Wonderland or Desert Mistral, wide apart there in front of Mr. Machiavelli and Accuse, and then Threadneedle over on the inside rail. Just behind those horses to finish was Modern General, Classic Day and Field Legend, and towards the end was Desert Light. But the winner is number 2, Manhattan Von.
Number 2, Manhattan Von, $5.80. And
Manhattan Von, Stan Sakos. He's seen it out at the 1200 metres to win.
Wonderland, $30.
Number 2 in the frame, Manhattan Von, Stan Sakos. Trained by Mark Bairstow, who's really turned this horse's fortunes around. Now 11 has got second, Winter Wonderland, coming down the outside with Manhattan Von. So 2, 11 and 7 has got third, Desert Mistral over on the rail. So officially 2, 11 and 7 in the time of 1:11.5. Now, totes on 2.11.7, the winner $5.80 and $2 even. It's Stan Sakos' only ride for the day. $5.80 and $2 for Manhattan Von. Second, Winter Wonderland, $30 even for the place. And third, Desert Mistral, $2.50. Quinella on 2 and 11, $603.50. The Exacta has paid $510.70. The trifecta 2.11.7, $6,279.40, $6,279.40 the try, and the running double on 8 and 2, $55.80. $55.80 the running double. Totes on race 6. In race 7, take out numbers 14, 16 and 17, and Aaron Spiteri will ride number 15, Raise Our Spirits. The winner, Manhattan Von, is by Geiger Counter from Regal Topaz, a 3-year-old chestnut gelding, raced by R.W. Menzies and Contract Racing Proprietary Limited Syndicate, managed by David Moody, trained by Mark Bairstow, who's had the 3-year-old for just 4 starts, 3 of which he's now won, and Manhattan Von ridden by Stan.
Last one out, didn't miss it by that much though. Howard Park won the break and leads from Sikkim Rex. Charging up is Reagan, just behind them is Lady Palm. Followed by Indian Call. Next is Boldly Famous Folly going through along the fence, 2 lengths to Hot Raj. And last is Street Cadet. They turn off the back and going through on the inside to lead now is Sikkim Rex from Howard Park, and 3 deep is Reagan. 2.5 further back to Lady Palm, who's over on the inside of Indian Call. A length to Famous Folly, about 8 lengths off the lead, and so too is Boldly. A length further away to Street Cadet, and last of all Hot Raj. Before the turn, Sikkim Rex a length in front of Reagan. A length away third is Howard Park, followed by Indian Call, Lady Palm, the fence. Famous Folly is coming deep. Boldly's got the job ahead of him, followed by Street Cadet, and Hot Raj is last. In the straight, Sikkim Rex still a length in front. Reagan is giving chase, getting through along the fences. Howard Park. Now Famous Folly is winding up, and here comes Boldly right down the centre of the track. Sikkim Rex and Reagan quickly golloped up by Boldly. Famous Folly getting through in the middle, but Boldly hit the lead with 100 left to go, and he races away now from Reagan and Famous Folly, in a big effort by Boldly to win. Boldly 2.5 on the post to Reagan, and third Famous Folly. Next in was Sikkim Rex, followed in by Howard Park with Hot Raj. Next home was Indian Call, followed in by Street Cadet, who was back amongst the tail enders with Lady Palm.
1200 the journey, they're racing. And a little bit slow to move out there was Kiwi Chevelle, and also had a blue. Elron and also Paddy Wack go to the tail. Settling down in the leader was Parisi, led by a length and a half Spanish Realm. St. Pago third, followed by Virgo Girl, Frozen Fire. Kingdom of Fire getting up on the inside, Carp Glance out wide. They were followed further back then by Arc Navarre. Going around the outsiders, Kiwi Chevelle. They were followed by Had a Blue, reefing back on the insiders, Elron. Further back on the field there came Optical, followed by Tartan Rabot. And a length or so to Paddy Wack to the tail. Racing down the side, and they come up towards the turn now. And the leader here was Parisi. Parisi just in front. They're making runs out wide on the track now as they come up towards the turn. And Parisi just in front over Spanish Rule. They were followed wider on the track there by Virgo Girl. And pulling down the extreme outside with a pretty good run. There came Frozen Fire. In the straight nose, Spanish Rule goes up to Parisi. Coming down the outsiders, Virgo Girl, St. Pago getting a run. And Paddy whacked over on the inside, Virgo Girl on the outside. Moving up to Spanish Rule. And flashing through now is Carp Glance in the centre. St. Pago gets the run. Here's St. Pago diving through now. The top one, St. Pago, hits the front and wins it by 3/4, Virgo Girl. Carp Glance third, Kingdom of Fire out wide. They were followed further back by Spanish Rule. Back and behind them, Optical, followed further back then by Frozen Fire, and they were followed by Arc Navarre. Over on the inside, Had a Blue, followed by Parisi and Kiwi Chevelle. The stablemates together from Tartan Rabot, and last
up badly, and so is Taylor's Bridge, and they've both missed it badly on the inside. Hilders away fast, but Kamida Knight zooms across the field in the early part and has sped to the lead in the early stages. Super Express moving outside Hilders in the early part, comes out and pushes Super Express deep at the turn out of the straight. Private Income is back fourth, then Master Discovery on the improve around the outside, followed by Gike. We're getting a nice cosy run on the fence, and then came Break the Bank. Caught a little wide there is Raise Our Spirits going forward, followed by Desiree on the inside of Sun Classic, and then came Crimson Star. Taylor's Bridge after a slow getaway settling towards the rear, and behind it Roulette King on the inside of Best Endeavours. A truly run affair, and Kamita Knight down the riverside had sped clear out to the 1800 metres and opened up about 8 lengths to Hulazan. A length and a half away third, then inclined to pull a bit on the inside as Super Express. Raise Our Spirits is going up on the outside to assume third, so the top weight settling fourth on the rail. 2 lengths to Master Discovery, 2.5 lengths to Private Income racing outside Gaikwa. They're being followed by Crimson Star working up on the outside, and then came Desiree on the inside rail and Break the Bank. A length and a half to Sun Classic, Taylor's Bridge, and at the end of the field here, Roulette King on the inside of Best Endeavours. They're inside the 1400 metres. Along the back of the course they're racing. Kamita Knight by 1 length to Hulazan, and 4 lengths away as Raise Our Spirits. 2.5 behind it then is the toppy Super Express. 3/4 Master Discovery. Another break of 2 lengths to Crimson Star, racing up outside and 3 deep at the moment from Private Income and Gaik with the fence. 1.5 to Break the Bank and Desiree. A half to Sun Classic. More than 2 lengths back in the field then came Taylor's Bridge, followed by Roulette King and Best Endeavours ridden along at the end of the field. They're heading down towards the 800 metre mark now, and Kamita Knight's about ahead in front of Hulazan, and 2 lengths to Raise Our Spirits. In on the rail then came Super Express when they cornered. Master Discovery is under pressure out wide, and Crimson Star deeper. Private Income just behind them. Gaikwa's had an easy run. He's being scrubbed up to make some ground on the rail when they came to the bend. Break the Bank out wider, followed by Sun Classic when they cornered. Desiree sticking to the rail. Hulazan shot to the lead around the home turn now and straightened up more than 2 lengths. Super Express is the first to throw out a threat now. Gaik was running on behind it. Then came Private Income and Break the Bank heads the rest. And then Sun Classic and Roulette King out wide. Hulazan at the 300. About 3 lengths in front here from Super Express. Gaikwa. Break the Bank is finishing fairly well, but Hulazan with a big lead down to the 150. Hulazan about 4 lengths to Gaikwa and Break the Bank. Hulazan kept going by Lincoln Coffee, and it'll be too good at stopping on the line, but Hulazan by 1.25 to Gaikwa second. Break the Bank 2 lengths away third. Then Sun Classic, Private Income and Roulette King. They're followed by Super Express, Taylor's Bridge, a gap Desiree. Then came Kamita Knight, who's finished back there in company with Master Discovery. Taylor's Bridge there as well, followed by Raise Our Spirits, and then a long break in the field to Crimson Star and Best Endeavours.
Number 7, Hulazan, the winner, 880.
Hulazan, ridden by Lincoln Coffee, has taken out the Jeune handicap, rode the pace all the way, shot clear, and has held on determinedly to beat Gaikwa. And the third number in the frame is 11, Break the Bank. So it's 7, 3 and 11 officials, 7, 3 and 11 in 2:43.3.
Dropping out towards the rear is the Terror shortly after the start. Gold Rapier leads early from Romantic Star Extent. Tong out deep is going forward with Gentle Habits, followed then by nearer the inside now as they go out of the home straight is Gems Planet. Out deeper on the track is Rules Galore, followed behind them by Capitano, Galaxy Jack. Try misses back towards the tail end of the field with the Terror. So they turn towards the back, and Tong takes over to lead by more than a length on Gold Rapier. Romantic Star is up to third, 2 lengths then to Extent, who settles down in fourth position over on the rail, a length and a half further away than the Gems Planet. Gentle Habits just in front of him, followed by Try Miss inside Rules Galore, who's 3 deep around them, followed by Galaxy Jack, a length and a half to Capitano, and Satera's about 10 lengths off the lead last of all. Down the back towards the 1200, and Tong goes out more than 2 lengths in front now from Gold Rapier. Romantic Star the outside third, 2 lengths to Gentle Habits. Over on the fences Extent. Rules Galore hasn't seen much of the inside rail so far. A length further away to Gems Planet, followed by Try Miss. Taking off is Capitano, followed by Galaxy Jack, and Satera biding her time at the rear of the field. Still about 8 to 10 lengths off the lead as they race inside the 900. where the leader is still Tong by just on a length, Romantic Star. Third, the inside is Gold Rapier. Gentle Habits getting between runners. Out deep is Rules Galore. 2 lengths to Capitano, followed at the head of the rest by Extent over on the inside. 2 or 3 further back to Galaxy Jack with Try Miss. And back at the tail is the Terang, now getting between runners as they work up towards the turn. 500 left to go. Gold Rapier goes through on the inside to hit the lead from Tong, who looked beaten. Getting through now is Galaxy Jack. Out deeper is Romantic Star. Here's Rules Galore starting to run on, but Gold Rapier in front. Gentle Habits out after it down to the 200-metre point. Running on is Romantic Star with Rules Galore, and now Terra is starting to charge home and running on strongly Galaxy Jack, but Rules Galore hit the lead with 150 to go. Terra out after it. Rules Galore 3/4 in front. Terra won't be able to bridge the gap, and the filly gets in. Rules Galore just over a length to Terra. Third, Galaxy Jack, a break then to Try Miss, followed in by Gold Rapier. With those over on the inside was Try Miss, followed in by Extent. Next was behind those runners, next to finish Gentle Habits, followed by Capitano, Tong Weekend, and back at the tail was Gems Planet.
Ready to break 1,800 metres. Ready to go now. Away they go, and Shearer Claude began well. Away quickly also in the early stages, Stable Joker. In the all-white colours, their Salad Touch is prominent. Lush Version seemed to getting a check in the early part, dropping out towards the end. Kit is going forward out wider, but they're covered a little over 200, and Shearer Claude the leader. Kit moving up into second placing, about a length and a half away. In on the rails is Salad Touch, and then Stable Joker well placed in fourth position. 2.5 lengths behind those, then Papa's Party on the inside of Carinya Habit. Another break of more than 2 lengths to Navajo Poet, then Royal Cut, who's been tried at longer odds, and back 2 lengths last of all is Lush Version. Small field at the 1200, but it's truly run, and Shearer Claude bowling clear by about 2 lengths to Kit, 2 lengths to Stable Joker, third on the outside of Salad Touch in the all-white, 2 lengths Carinya Habit covering up Papa's Party, 2 lengths to Navajo Poet, 1 to Royal Cut and 1 to Lush Version, and there's 900 metres to go. Shearer Claude by 2 lengths to Kit. A similar breakaway Stable Joker, third on the outside of Salad Touch, and then Carinya Pirate, who's travelling fifth with some cover. Papa's Party on the rail, and then Navajo Poet. Royal Cut second last, and Lush Version going up outside it now. They're nearing the home turn, 600 metres to go. Shearer Claude by 2 lengths to Kit under a bit of pressure. Stable Joker third outside Salad Touch, and then Carinya Habit. Navajo Poet pulling to the outside. Lush Version coming very wide, and Royal Cut still a long way back on the rail. Shearer Claude still in front on the 1 to run down at the 400, more than 2 lengths in front now. Stable Joker goes into a clear second, then Carinya Pirate in the pink colours running home fairly well, but the 250 to go. They haven't got anywhere near Shearer Claude. He's lengthened the break, in fact. He's gone out by 5. Stable Joker battling along, followed by Salad Touch, Carinya Pirate and Royal Cup, at all Shearer Claude. Have a look at this for an easy win. He's come right away and he's won it by about 6 or 7. Shearer Claude first, Salad Touch in the middle just second, maybe Carinya Habit or Stable Joker for the third end of the prize. There's not much in that. Royal Cut just behind them, and they were followed then by Lush Version and then Navajo Poet. Kit is second last, and Papa's Party whipped them in.
And the winner there, number 4.
Well, he's had that very easy. Number 4, Shearer Claude, ridden by Danny Brereton, led all the way. He ran along, gave him a chance, but he's been way too good.
$2.90, and the third is a
Number 13 has run second, Salad Touch, ridden by Sally Wynn, and 5 third, Carinya Habit, ridden by Greg Child. So official placings in the last are 4, 13.
Indigenous Oriental Express. Johan Cruyff and Mazal takes up his tail position. They go past the 1550, and it's Multi-Star and Privilege attacking him, and Privilege goes up and joins the leader now. The pace is on. Uzo to third around K Sarah. Starborough covering up the New Zealand representative Viardi. Indigenous is 3 deep around Oriental Express and Smashing Pumpkin on the fence. Johan Cruyff second last, and 3 lengths Mazal at the tail. Privilege out in front with a 26.3 early and a 23.6 to the back section. It's Multi-Star inside Privilege, and there's little between them. Travelling in third is Uzo and going quite well. Que Sera travels fourth to the 1,000-metre mark, and Starbra's in fifth, 3 lengths off the lead. Viardi on the fence. Oriental Express deeper with Indigenous posted 3 deep. He's had little luck. Smashing Pumpkin back to the inside. Johan Cruyff second last. And Mazzada's last of all. Past the half mile. 24.1. Multi-Star. He leads just, but Uzo coming at them 3 deep. Privilege in the middle. Que Sera travels fourth, and Starbra, the favourite, warms to it at the 600-metre mark. Viardi's getting shuffled back a bit. Oriental Express in the middle. Indigenous is 3 deep. Johan Cruyff's got the job ahead, but he's travelling 8 off the lead. Mazal drops out, and Smashing Pumpkin's getting the runs right up on the fence. The runs are there if good enough. 350 to go. They're stretched across the track. Que Sera, Starbra, but Smashing Pumpkin has got right up the inside. Smashing Pumpkin for Nikolic, and David Hayes sweeps up. Oriental Express continues to run on. The run ends for the Pumpkin. Oriental Express goes to the front. Payne rides hard on Viardi and goes to second. Oriental Express in front. Viardi searching late, but Oriental Express, Ivan Allen again. Oriental Express beats Viardi in third. Johan Cruyff down the outside. Starbra, Indigenous right there with Que Sera. Smashing Pumpkin loomed for the prize but couldn't get to the post. Followed by Mazal. Next in Uzo, Privilege, and Multi-Star ran in last of all. Oriental Express. Ivan Allen has done it again. International.
Here's Bright Spot, the favourite. 240 and 160 going into the gates. The second pick here, Centuries Fox, 430 and 130. Most of them in the gate. 610 and 160 for number 8, Fjord. Last of them getting ready now. 2,875 metres. 11 hurdles on their journey. Dark Energy took the outside barrier. And there's